Hey guys! So today I'm going to show you how you can make your own short bead chains at home, along with all of the multiple tickets that go with it, so you can keep practicing those multiples and those math facts. And all of these things that I have here have been sent to you in an email as attachments. I have sent color and black and white. These ones I colored because I don't have a color printer at home, and I just have them basically cut out right now. See my scraps pile? Is it all over the place? No. Is it off my mat and on the floor? No. It's in a pile. And I actually did my cutting over said pile, so it would fall into that pile. Just like at school, you're responsible for making sure that you clean up any little strips of paper, so you might as well be careful beforehand so you don't have a giant mess on your hands. So a tip about making these stronger, because mine are just on regular film paper. My markers bled through, so it actually showed on both sides. That's kind of cool. But if you have cardstock at home, print it out on cardstock. They'll last longer. Or if you don't, there's a way to make them a little bit stronger if you have packing tape. Okay, so if you have packing tape, put it down flat, best as you can. Actually, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to lay it down flat. It almost like laminates it for you. I'm going to take my 4s. I'm going to do the same thing. Just make sure you don't really put them over top of one another, because once they go down, you really can't get them up. Like this, and see how they're nice and shiny on one side? I have a little bit of a bubble. If you end up having bubbles, like you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There is a little bubble right here if you just smooth it out like that. And then you can just cut them out like this. I would recommend doing it when they're not cut individually, because then you don't have to do double cutting. Look at my trash in my pile. How exciting. So then what you do is you just cut down here. So here's a 6, 2 6s actually. Cut there. It will stick a little. It's okay. Let's take it off and keep going. Things do get sticky. Watch out. There we go. I also did this to my 5 chain already. So now I have some pretty strong tickets here. They're not gonna really rip very much. You can do the same thing with these multiple tickets if you would like. All right, but so now that we have these, I'm gonna show you, this needs to be trimmed a little bit more. I'm gonna show you how we make a chain with them, all right? So here I have some yarn. Okay, yarn, and I am going to tape these carefully together. Now currently, all I have in my house is packing tape, of course. So you can totally use regular tape at home. You might want to cut it in half though. These are kind of skinny. I'm just going to take it, tape that string right on there. And I'm going to leave a little space between the tickets. Okay, leave a little space. Tape that bad boy on there. Whoa! Oh. My tape went over a little, so when that happens, I recommend you trim a little stick to things. See that? Okay. Leave a little space. Tape. Remember, if it hangs over a little bit, you're going to want to trim that. Okay. And really push it down. Because see, it'll come up kind of easily, so you're going to really want to make sure that you're careful with these. These are not like the chains at school. I keep picking that up. These are not like the chains at school. All right, they're not connected by metal. And here I have my 4 chain. It's not perfect, but hey, you can still do multiples work with it, right? All right, so I'm going to finish making my 5 chain and my 6 chain real quick. Okay, guys, so I have my 6 and my 4 chain made, and I have my 6 and my 4 chain tickets cut out and ready. So I'm going to start with my 6 chain, and I'm going to put these where they go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay. Good, so that's where those all go. Now I'm going to put my 4s out. 4, 8, 12, 16. So we can say that 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36 are all multiples of 6. Because you can see, if we look at 12, how many multiples of 6 do we use to make 12? 2. We can make 12 using multiple 6s, just like we can make 30 using multiple 6s. Okay, so these are multiples. It's also the same as skip counting, isn't it? And it's the same as our multiplication facts. We look at, ooh, okay, 30. If we look at 30, it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 6 times 5 is 30. So it can help us practice a couple things here, can't it? So what I'm going to do now some of you Montessori aficionados will say, wait a minute, the tickets with the chains are always the same color. Well, when you're looking at the primary lessons, yes, they are. Because in primary, they are isolating one new skill, which is, skip counting and putting the tickets where they go on that chain. They don't necessarily want you to go, well, which chain does this ticket go to? Well, when the next part of this lesson is we pick up all the tickets and we mixy these little dudes as best as we can. Sometimes I take them all and I do this, shake them up like dice, and put them down. And then I have to flip them over and say, okay, 24. Is 24 a multiple of 4 or 6? 24, oopsies, I was thinking of 8s, sorry, is right there. 4, is that a multiple of 4 or 6? 12, is that a multiple of 6 or 4? I'm going to put it on the 6. 8, is that a multiple of 6 or 4? Well, if you weren't sure, you could always start by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is right here, but multiples always happen at the end of a bead bar. So it's not 6, it's going to be 8. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, here's another 12. It goes there. So look, they share multiples, don't they? 16 is here. Number 30. 18. 6. 36. Like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the 5 chain. And I have my 5 tickets already cut out. So 5 comes next. 10, 15, 20, 25. There we go. So now I'm going to take all the tickets and I'm going to mixy them. Once I move this up just a tiny bit. Mixy. Look, that's why they aren't color-coded. because it adds one more step of difficulty, one more thing to practice, so we can do more with it. Now, I'm going to flip all these over. You can, at some point, when you feel really good, you can make sure they're all flipped over like this. Back up and you just pick one. You got to put it where it goes. But for right now, since we're just we're just starting our practice, I'm going to flip them all upside down. And I'm going to give you a hint. All right. Sometimes when you have this many tickets out, it can feel a little overwhelming. So you know what the first ticket on the 5 chain is, right? Well, we know that's going to be 5. And you know the first ticket on the 4 and the 6. So I always like to just go ahead and take those and put them where they go, because I know those ones go there, okay? And then if you're looking at it and you're not sure, you can still count. You can say, okay, well, I'm going to pick 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, the multiples are at the ends of a bar, so it doesn't go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it goes right there. What if I picked 18? So I'm going to start here because this is the 5th bead, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, that's not the end of a bead bar, is it? I know this is 8 right here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, it doesn't even go up to 18, so it has to be on 6. So we know this bead is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Like that. Okay, and if there's any that you know, like I know 25 is definitely the last bead here. And I know that 36 is definitely the last bead here. So you see how I'm able to kind of, the things that I know, I put out right away. And then I can start to deal with the tickets that I have left. So here, 30 is a lot higher than 25, right? So we know it's not going to be on here. And this is even less, so 30 has to go on the 6 chain. And you start to reason through it as best as you can until you can just put all these little dudes right where they go. Okay? And you can take out more than 3 chains if you want. I one time had one student, after lots and lots and lots of practice, because she was crawling before she walked, after lots of practice, she laid out all the chains and mixed up every single ticket. She laid out the 1 chain all the way to the 10. She mixed them all out and she could put them right where they went because she practiced so much. So make sure you practice this one, okay? It's really important work. It's going to help you with your math facts and your multiples and basic skip counting. So there's lots and lots of good things here. So you can also turn it into a game. Maybe somebody can come up with a cool board game or a cool group game that somebody can do. You could do multiples bingo, where you make bingo cards and you pick one, you got to put it down where it goes. There's all sorts of things you could do. Oh, and if you're looking at this saying, oh, I don't know, this is too easy, I don't want you to count it out as too easy until you can lay out all 10 chains and put the tickets right where they go. Don't count it out as too easy until you can do that, okay? And I'm talking, lay all the chains out, take all of the tickets, turn them upside down, and then just start picking random tickets for all 10 chains and putting them where they go. All right, if you can do that, if you can lay out all of these tickets that I haven't cut out yet, all of these tickets upside down and just pick them up and know right where they go, then you can consider this work mastered. But until you can do that, don't count this work out. There's a lot of really good stuff here to be practicing. Once you have that figured out, you probably have your multiplication math facts memorized. All right, don't count it out. Just because it's an early lesson doesn't mean that it's not something you need to practice. There's another 12. Okay, you need to be able to do that with all 10 chains out with tickets flipped over, okay? All right, guys, happy practicing.